chosen by God's grace. Amen. Now ke hano ke bidwa ba itsumwala go tswa mo Matebeleng. Ene ya re ka 25 tsa February ngwagong ono ke atla ke re keng ke tlile go fa bopaki jwa tiro ene le gone ke boning. And on that day, as I gave my testimony, at the end of the testimony, man of God told me that this is just the beginning, the best is yet to come. And also on that day, man of God told me that he hears from God that my salary will be 11,000. By that time, that was not the salary that I was getting. I was employed as a quality control executive at a pharmaceutical company, and I was earning 5,000 by that time.
This is just the beginning. That 5,000 is not your salary, okay?
Amen.
I'm hearing this is 11 point something, 11.3.
Amen.
Wait, after that license, come into your documents, you will see what will happen.
Amen.
You will skyrocket.
Thank you
so
so
blessed.
So I come here today to give a testimony that indeed what the man of God told me on that beautiful day.
Shall we put our hands together for Jesus?
If you may allow me, I would kindly like to take you here.
You are welcome.
So this was my first job because I graduated last year as a pharmacy technician. And on that day, on the 25th of February, I came with a confirmation of employment letter to confirm that I was working as a quality control executive, and my salary was 5,000 by that time. And I remember well, after I worked in this position for about 4 months. It was on a specific day, I don't remember when that day was, but I received a WhatsApp message from my former lecturer. And he told me that there is a lady who's looking for a pharmacy technician to work in a pharmacy, in her pharmacy. So he gave me the contact details of my boss to talk to her, and I did talk to her on that day. I then went for interview with her at Pakalani. And on that day, she did give me that job, but she then told me to go back to my previous job and give a letter of resignation. And mind you, I was not given a letter of employment by her, but I went back to my job and resigned with the immediate effect that month end.
Great.
And I then, beginning of the new month, which was May, if I remember well, I started at her pharmacy to work as a pharmacy technician in her pharmacy. 2 months after working in her pharmacy, it was this afternoon that she called me and said, Baidzi, I would like to meet with you. There's something that I would like to talk to you about. So I was worried whether I did something wrong, because working with the patients, maybe I had done some error and the patient did lodge a complaint to her. But we then met, and on that day when we met, she told me that what would I think of a new job that she might offer me? What do I think I would do? Because the job that she was offering me was to work as a medical representative at her other company. So I have this thing, sometimes I get so shaken to talk to people. So I was like, working as a medical representative, I would have to go to doctors across Botswana, informing them of what I will be dealing with. So I told her, I'm really not sure how I will take up the job, but I'm willing to learn all the challenges and all the strength that will come with the job. That is when July, she told me that the position is now mine, and on that July I was taken for training at South Africa, because it's not her pharmaceutical company. She's standing in behalf of that company at South Africa in Botswana. So as you can see here, on the 29th of July, that is when I went for training at South Africa, and all the flights and hotel accommodation and everything was paid by the company at South Africa. I went.
So we pour our hands together for Jesus. Jesus.
And I went to South Africa for my training for, I think, a period of 2 months. But I was coming home every after 2 weeks. And it was really not easy there because I had to go under intense training, write exams and I was supposed to get above 90% and above in all those exams that I went through. But because I was able to read the word of God, to read more, to praise Him, I said, Lord, I know that I may be in doubt of what I'm here to achieve, but in you I trust. Amen. And that is when, end of August, I came home for good to start my job. And this here is my confirmation of employment, and it reads, this serves to confirm that Ms. Bai Tsumwala is employed by Mart Marketing as a medical representative. Bai Tsumwala works full-time for a total of 5 days per week. Her salary is 15,000 per month. My word of advice is, brothers and sisters, be humble before God. In everything you shall receive it greater and greater. Just be humble.
So we put our hands.